Okay, this video is going to be a little bit different. This is all about my personal experiences. I'm going to share a story with you guys. This is just about how I overcame my anxiety. A few years back, I was going through a very, very difficult time. I was, for the first time in my life, experiencing frequent panic attacks, constant anxiety to where I couldn't sleep. It was just like completely consuming my mind. Is something that I never understood before. I've seen people have panic attacks and stuff like that, and I've talked to people who have extreme anxiety. This period of my life lasted about a year or two, give or take, and it was just constant state of anxiety. So this is just what I did. It's just me, a regular person. I'm not a doctor or therapist or anything like that. This is just my coping mechanisms, how I managed to get through it, and what I learned about myself. So first thing I did was I had to start identifying my repressed emotions and identifying why I was feeling the way I was feeling. I know that sounds a little bit weird or a little bit, like, I don't know what the word is, stereotypical, like, why are you feeling this way? Um, but it's really what I had to do. I did go to therapy during this time, and therapy was helping me, but it wasn't helping me in the ways that I needed to be helped. So I started looking into self-help books, just that sort of thing, and healing trauma. Um, with my case, a lot of the anxiety that I was feeling was caused by a lot of anger that I had deep inside of me. Somebody had lied to me. um, I felt like it was like I was living in a double life, because of the lies that they told me and the extent of the lies that they were. And I was really questioning my reality. Is this my life? It felt like I was living in a movie. Kind of those feelings of like disassociation, zoning out, and couldn't have normal conversations with people because the anxiety was just so frequent and so powerful. So then another thing that a lot of this anxiety was causing me to do, and that I had to sit down and address, is it was causing me a lot of fear. Like I said, I was being lied to for a very long time, so I had all these scenarios I kept playing out in my head and thinking about all the what ifs. What if this happened? What if that happened? So all this fear, it was built up from the trauma that I experienced. And I feel like a lot of people that deal with anxiety or have panic attacks is because they have some sort of fear or trauma that they have not really reconciled yet. Um, like I was saying, I experienced sort of abuse in this situation too. So I didn't realize it at the time when I was experiencing the anxiety. I didn't realize that I was being abused. But somebody who habitually lies to you, that sort of thing. I'm not going to get into all the detail, but that is a form of abuse when they keep doing it to manipulate you. Okay, it can also cause a chemical imbalance in your brain. So your brain is just being rewired during that time because you have to think differently and you're in a more of survival mode. So I was having constant panic attacks, and anxiety with that. So things that I started to do is I started to ask myself, where do I need to place this anger? And instead of, you know, placing this anger so much on myself, why didn't I see that this person was doing this before? Why didn't I put this together? Or them being mad at this person, they should have done this. I started finding grace. It's okay that I was lied to. There was no way that I knew that these things were going on. Started talking to myself in that way. And I know it's not okay that somebody lied to you, but it's okay that they did this. You understand why this person lied to you. They are not a healed person either. They have probably gone through trauma, or they have learned that that is a acceptable way to treat somebody. I'm not saying to make excuse for them. I'm not saying that you need to like participate in the lies that they're doing, but you just need to find a way to give them a little bit of grace in a way so that you can relieve your mind a little bit. And here's the thing that I did that's different. I know probably some of you have stopped watching, but I literally, because the thoughts were like consuming my mind, I literally one day sat down in my car. It was quiet, and I said, I need a sign to know that I am on the right path. I asked the universe, my camera is shaking because of the wind, please send me a sign, okay? And you give this 3 days. It it's just a symbol of anything out in the universe, out in the world, in your daily experiences. Could be anything, but it would show you that it's on the right path. So the 3 days came and went. Guess what? I didn't experience a sign. I didn't see a sign. And so I sat myself down again and I said, you know what? I didn't see it. I need it louder in my face. Get right in my face. Make it so obvious that I don't, don't miss on the sign. All I want to know is that what I'm doing is I'm on the right path. It's okay to keep going. So I gave that another 24 hours. I'm not joking. I was on my way to work, just in my, I don't want to say carefree mind, because at this time, anxiety ridden mind, driving on my way to work, and boom, the thing that's the sign pops up on my way to work. I just stop and I'm like, wow, this is it. So every time I saw that symbol, and it could be anything, it could be a butterfly, it could be a feather, it could be a rabbit, it could be, try to keep it kind of specific. If you're going to say it's a feather, maybe it's always a black feather or a blue feather, a red feather, whatever it may be. That's your sign that you're on the right path. So instead of focusing on my anxiety, I would see my anxiety creeping in, then all of a sudden I would see this sign. Ooh, there's a lot of wind in my house. I would see the sign that something was there, something was happening, that I am on the right path, that I'm doing the right things. So that kind of eased my mind. It slowed my mind down. And remember how I said you have a chemical imbalance in your head, okay? I know some of you are probably thinking I'm crazy, but then when you reprogram your mind and start to think that, not everyone's out to get me, but instead I have this reminder from the universe, like I said, it's your red feather, let's say. You see the red feather, some girl has a tattoo on her arm, or you see a flyer with a red feather on it. It's just that part when you see that it says a sign from the universe, I'm on the right path, I'm going in the right direction, I am being supported and guided by the universe or whoever you believe in. So for me, that helped me cope a lot, is just asking the universe to assign me a sign. And then the next thing that I did was I spent a lot of time journaling. The person that I was angry with, the person that had caused a lot of this anxiety, I started journaling. Every time that I felt, mad, or I couldn't sleep at night, especially when I couldn't sleep, I would get a journal out and I would spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it took, and just write out what was on my mind, because it slowed down those thoughts and then it got them out of my mind. So you just need to spend more time indulging in yourself, focusing on yourself, asking yourself why you're experiencing anxiety. I know some people may have been experiencing it for a lifetime, and that's because you never truly address what's going on. So I encourage you today to take that step to the path, of healing your heart. If you have questions, or if you're experiencing something like this, just share it in the comments. It's a place to get your feelings out, a place to, kind of heal your heart a little bit. I know a lot of that hurts, and I've seen a lot of people in my life that have struggled with similar situations, but not fully understanding it until I experienced it myself. So again, I encourage all of you to just do a little bit of healing and start asking yourself why you're feeling these anxious thoughts or what's causing them. And then just, like I said, the best thing for me was to ask the universe for a sign. So, alright, I'll see you on another video. That's just a little different take I had for you guys this week.